Detached objects exist in the database but are not maintained by Hibernate. In Hibernate, additionally, we are considering here detached objects. Detached objects exist in the database but are not maintained by Hibernate. Detached entities have a representation in the database, but these are currently not managed by the session. Any changes to a detached entity will not be reflected in the database and vice versa. A detached entity can be created by closing the session that was associated with, or by evicting it from the session with the call to the session's evict method. Here you can see detaching an entity from session. Or here, this temporary separation of the entity and database is shown in this image here. One reason you might consider doing this would be read an object out of the database, modify the properties of the object in memory, and then restore the result someplace other than your database. This would be an alternative to doing a deep copy of the object. Note that in order to make a persistent entity from detached entity, the application must reattach it to a valid Hibernate session. A detached instance can be associated with a new Hibernate session when your application calls one of the load method, refresh method, merge method, update method, or save methods on the new session with a reference to the detached object. After the method called, the detached entity would be a persistent entity managed by a new Hibernate session. Here Pojo interact with client. Here database interact with Pojo table. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.